So, I know we're talking about Batman and Superman, but Civil War's coming up here in a few months. So I'm slowly, gradually going through all the movies in the Marvel Universe in chronological order.
Where do you want to know?
I still got to finish Thor. Okay. I got about halfway.
First Thor.
I'm going. I started with Iron Man, and I've just been going all. I'm going all the way.
Going chronologically on the release date?
No, on the time, like how you're like the order you're supposed to watch them as far as the time.
With Cap?
Yeah, Captain America, and then
what have you watched so far?
Captain America, and then Iron Man, and then Iron Man 2, and then Incredible Hulk.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then Thor takes place after Incredible Hulk.
That movie's so good.
That's how I watched him last time I watched him.
So here is what I just watched it again, and it's been several years. The movie's awesome, right? The thing I wanted to bring up is it's fucking canon.
Yeah.
So
nobody ever talks about that.
Why can't we use the shit that went down in that movie?
What in particular? What?
Well, they put Abomination in there. He didn't die.
Yeah.
So he's out there in the Marvel Universe somewhere because it's canon.
Mm-hmm.
And then Samuel Stearns is halfway getting created to be the leader. The last scene in the screen you see him in, because he gets hit over the head with Abomination and he's bleeding out. But Bruce's blood vial, whatever he did, the stuff that he made to make Abomination turn into Abomination there, is pouring into his head, and his head's like starting to bubble up and stuff. So he's clearly becoming the leader right there.
And even in the comics, it's supposed to be like their code names were like Green and
Mr.
Blue, Mr. Blue,
Mr. Blue, and Mr. Green. Yeah,
Mr. Blue is, I'm not exactly sure how, but that factors into the leader in the actual comics.
Yeah,
I mean it's definitely him.
So I'm like, dude, like I got to watch the movie. I'm like, why can't they talk about any of this stuff? Why are they so shy about? I know it's like the black sheep of the movies, but it's still a really good movie.
And everybody loves the character that brain fart. Bruce Banner.
Edward Norton?
Edward Norton?
No, well, I mean Edward Norton to some extent, but then in the new movies.
Mark Ruffalo?
Yes, thank you. I'm disappointed in myself. Mark Ruffalo. People love Mark Ruffalo in these movies as Banner.
I'm just like, it just kind of teed me off a little bit. I'm like, dude, they got the thing. It's canon. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's there. Yep. They can't deny it. There's that. It's part of the universe. So, bring some of that shit back, man.
There's a reason they're not doing like Hulk related stuff, though.
I think part of it has to do with whatever rights Paramount still has to that movie and to the property.
Like, there's some sort of like dipshit like business reason why they're not. Because
right, but what's his face is in Civil War though. Fucking right, the General Thunderbolt Ross is in Civil War.
Well, maybe they're getting, I don't know, maybe they're untying some of these legalese and were able to.
I just think it'd be cool if they like acknowledged, especially those two characters. I mean, Abomination's
Tony
somewhere.
Comes in and has his little powwow in the bar with Thunderbolt at the end of
Hulk. Yeah, that's how. I mean, it's there. It's part of this.
Well, it could be tied in. I mean, like, all these characters could come back for Infinity War. I've read somewhere that it's supposed to have, like, 60-something fucking characters in it.
Dude.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I did. I mean, it's supposed to have the most Marvel characters in both of those movies. And it's supposed to be, like Phase 1 culminated with Avengers. Phases 1, 2, and 3 culminate in Infinity War.
Man.
So what if they did what's the not Suicide Squad, but like Marvel's like kind of version of that?
The Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolts, yes. What if they do that?
They need to.
That would be
and
awesome.
It'd be really awesome because I don't know about currently, but at least recently, Luke Cage was the handler for the Thunderbolts.
That'd be neat.
So, I mean, that would bring in all of the TV stuff.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
A good end for that.
Yeah, I think all of that's going to come together. I mean, that's...
I'm just saying, like, I really like that movie. It's still a good movie. Abomination was fucking cool. And they're like, you know, if they had done a sequel for that, they were leading up with the leader was probably going to be in it.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Really good villain.
But that movie doesn't not exist. So I was like, bring them back. Like, acknowledge that shit.
Yeah.
You know?
And they would, like, if the Hulk had his own movie, or they would at least, like you said, they would probably have the leader in there,
How much do you think it is with, like, maybe the Paramount rights, which I know I brought that up, and I think that does have something to do with it, but then the first Iron Man movie was also a Paramount movie.
Right.
But it was all, I think that one was maybe co-done by Marvel.
Maybe they had a little bit more.
Yeah, I think that was right whenever Marvel's production studio was really gearing up to be its own, like, whole entity.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't remember that much about how much involvement they had with the Hulk, but how much of it do you think is just like the production heads and the people that make decisions saying, he's not that really big of a money grab, and we don't want to put that much money behind something that might not bring in that return that we want?
I think he's going to get the push. I mean, they've already said the Thor 3 is like a buddy cop.
Yeah, which sounds
awesome.
Amazing.
Now, this could set up the idea with Hulk being like, I don't know if they're going to be like traveling through dimensions, like through the 9 realms.
I didn't even think about that, dude. Just like punching frost giants and shit.
Yeah,
oh my god.
I mean, it's gonna be epic, So what if they're setting Hulk up as like a sci-fi sort of character, not so much based in New York City or even in the United States, where he's like jumping around trashing shit and fighting the fucking army, which we've seen in multiple movies. What if they're setting him up to be like this sort of space sci-fi character? So when he actually does get a movie, they'll do like Planet Hulk, or they'll do
World War Hulk.
Yeah. Or something epic, something like that. I could see maybe something like that happening.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I still feel like the superhero movie genre is still making an assload of money, but I feel like it's not quite as strong. Like, people have kind of gotten used to it and are used to.
I mean, it's kind of
having
like a known quantity now.
Yeah, used to having the superhero movie come out. So it's like, if they're gonna do it, get on it. Get on the ball.
He'll make it like a Guardians style thing.
Oh yeah, dude, just put him in the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh my god.
Which, I mean, in the comics right now,
Groot, Hulk,
character with Venom is a member
of
of the Guardians
right
now.
Yeah,
I think he's like all hulked out and stuff.
So I mean, that would be awesome. And in a lot of the like whenever they did the Marvel Now stuff, I mean, Hulk had that whole sci-fi armor thing going on, so like maybe they're trying to set him up as like that type of character. Like, when you think of Hulk,
I just want them to do something with him, man, instead of him being like on the side of the screen.
Yeah. I agree. I totally agree. Because he's got good stories.
Like, he's got all this cool lore that they're not using.
Oh yeah. And man, the TV show with Bill Bixby back in the 70s, man. That's a damn good show, man.
I
ain't lying. I ain't joking.
They do so many cool nods to that in the movie. That's such a fucking good movie, dude. Like, he's walking. They do the sad little piano music while he's walking down the street in San Francisco by himself, and he's trying to find pants.
Ferrigno's in the movie somewhere.
Yeah, he's a security guard for the college, and he comes disguised as Bruce Banner comes disguised as a pizza delivery man, gives him a free pizza so he can get access.
Unfortunately, Lou Ferrigno is not that cool. We'll talk to Henry Reed about that.
Oh yeah, I heard something about that. I kind of remember about that.
Yeah.
At one of the cons.
Yeah. We'll let Henry tell that story. But anyway.
I was watching it and I was like, man, this shit's canon. Why haven't we said anything about this shit yet? It's been like fucking 10 years, man.
The guys up at Marvel are just kind of like pulling a card, like, yeah, this doesn't really matter. None of this matters.
Yeah, but it's there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and to not have like that, I think they're running out of franchises to. I mean, because none of the franchises that they had, like S.H.I.E.L.D. I mean, there was like a sort of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. book for a little while before the television show, but you didn't really hear about that much about it. I mean, there was Daredevil and all these other guys, but I imagine that helped their comic sales as well.
Yeah.
So I think they're running out of properties, but they still have this huge property that was been in all of their movies that they can tap into. But there's got to be some fucking reason that they're not.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to Thor Ragnarok.
Yes.
Originally, whenever they announced like what kind of tone it was going to be, I was like, that sounds really dumb. But the more I hear about it, it's like, actually sounds really damn cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it'd be really fun.
Also, I'm having fun going through them. because it's been years since I've seen some of these movies.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen Hulk in a long
So,
time.
I want to talk about that real quick because I'm gonna probably go back through the Marvel movies again before Civil War.
So the only thing I'm not doing is throwing the TV shows in there because it's
that's
just
a lot.
too much
That's
stuff,
too
dude.
much.
Because what you're supposed to do, if you do it the way I'm doing it, is you're supposed to watch
Episodes.
Agent Carter after you watch Captain America, and I'm just like, man, no. Because then they're like, watch when Shield starts in continuity. They're like, watch the first like 6 episodes or whatever,
feel
and
like
then watch this movie, and that's cool. But I'm not gonna take the time to
I
watch.
feel like
it.
the TV shows are like comic book tie-ins.
Yeah.
I don't really need that to know the meat of the story.
To figure out what they're talking about in this panel, refer to issue 42 of blah 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 blah.
Editor's note.
Yeah.
I'll read the or I'll read or watch the main thing and then go back and just be entertained by the Easter eggs they throw at the movie or whatever. But I'm gonna go back through these movies again, but I'm not sure how I want to do it now because I went the way you're doing it before. I think I might get like super nerdy.
Yes.
And I heard
Break it
that
up into like little pieces.
yeah, there's a master cut where you can take all of the movies. I don't think it includes the television shows, but you just take like scenes from movies that would be chronological.
Jesus.
So you would take, like in Iron Man 2, whenever they do like the flashback,
Yeah.
or like the video of Howard Stark talking to little Tony,
Yeah.
you would actually watch that somewhere like in Captain America, or if you were watching Agent Carter somewhere in there or something.
Yeah, it's somebody.
That's a lot of work, dude.
It is. I know. I know. I could do that, which is a lot of work. I could watch it by release date, which I don't think I've done in a long time. Just right in order.
I've never done it. I've seen all the movies, but I've never watched them.
I like it the way I'm doing it now, because
Yeah, I do too.
the after credit stuff will directly affect like.
The next
No,
thing that you
I
watch.
did-
Well, not necessarily, but it's just cool. Like, I didn't realize that Hulk took place after the first 2 Iron Mans.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, after you get done watching Iron Man, you want to watch fucking more Iron Man.
Yeah.
So then I just got to watch Iron Man 2, and I'm like, okay, you guys shit on this movie or whatever, but this movie's fucking fun as hell,
One thing I did do.
and it's got AC/DC in the entire soundtrack.
Yeah.
One thing I did do was I went and watched the shorts.
Oh yeah.
I always
The-
same
the,
thing.
like,
same.
one shot shorts because they're on the discs, that you already have. Like it's not quite as tedious as going through each episode because you just pop in a different movie or whatever. Because I don't think it was I'd have to watch Iron Man and then go to the fucking special features of Iron Man whatever and and watch the one shot. I would do that like that because that was neat. The Coulson one. It was the first time you see him get to be like super badass. He stops his robbery in this gas station.
What movie was that on?
I don't remember, man.
Okay.
But it
I did
directly
finish Thor.
preceded. It directly preceded, was in front of,
Oh, I didn't. Never mind.
in front of Thor. It was in front of Thor, the Coulson thing, because Coulson's on the way to the to the hammer.
I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah. That's the end after credits for. Wait, shit. I've been watching a lot of these movies.
Well, it's not. It's
the
not
end of
the.
one of the Iron Mans is whenever he gets the call.
The end of
to go
2,
to
the end of 2, I
where the
think,
hammer's
has
in
the
the
hammer. Because the end of Incredible Hulk,
and then in
is
Thor,
Tony Stark
is
showing up.
whenever he's there, and they've got the facility set up around the hammer and everything.
right? The after credits for Iron Man 2 is where they had no. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. There's a lot of stuff.
Yeah. It is.
Yeah.
So, I don't know which way I'm going to watch it yet. I might get super nerdy. I don't know. I'm going to look at it first. If it's a lot of work, then just fuck that.
I'm gonna put my eyeballs on it. Then I'm gonna think about it for a little while.
Then I'm probably going
Then
to
at some point I'm gonna get around to actually watching them.
I'll probably just watch them in release date because haven't done that. I might not have done that ever since I've gotten all of them.
I'm going to have to borrow Thor 2 because I don't have that one.
I don't have either one of the Thors.
Got you.
I think those might be the only Marvel movies that I don't own.
Thor 2 is the only one that I don't have.
Natalie Portman.
Yes, I don't have her either.
All right. Is that all of our Marvel stuff?
Yeah, I mean, I just wanted to kind of bring that up because, I don't know, just watching the movie and knowing that it's canon.
Well, I mean, just with I've always thought this. The Hulk in general is a severely underutilized character.
Yeah.
Marvel. I mean, period.
Um,
There's so much like Jekyll and Hyde, just like the emotional aspect of it and everything with that character. And even with like the good Hulk stories that have good critical reception and everything, it's like, it seems like you've got so much really good material that's just squandered on Hulk Smash.
Yeah, and you haven't
even
even
shit about Hulk Smash. Show me like how like troubled Banner is and like this duality that exists between these two characters.
Yeah, and you haven't even made it to a Hulk that is actually like coherent. And
well, that's what some of my favorite stuff for the second Avengers movie was the relationship between him and Black Widow.
Yeah, where he's starting to
like
be
he's
like,
fucking hulked out, and they're like having like moments and stuff together because she wants to be with Mark Ruffalo, with Bruce Banner.
Yeah.
See, I don't like coherent Hulk.
You just like Hulk smash.
I like
he's
Hulk
not
just to be just a fucking monster that just destroys everything.
I like the.
He's not a person. He's just a fucking monster. And then whenever he reverts back to Banner, he's like, oh shit.
Yeah. I liked it when in the comic books when they would have that sort of back and forth as Hulk.
And that's one of the things I liked about the
Hulk
TV
and
show.
Bruce. Yeah,
That's the main thing that I liked about the TV show was that like duality between Hulk's just a damn monster.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, every once in a while you can see like, probably shouldn't go around killing people. Like you'll see like a damsel in distress and he'll pick her up and like sit her to the side so the house doesn't fall on her or something. But otherwise, he's just a mindless brute. He's a beast.
But he was still like that. I thought it was cool that she's like really the only thing that could kind of calm him down.
Yeah.
As far as where they're going with the movie storyline.
That relationship.
Yeah. I'll be excited to watch that again. Like, just getting. I'll be ready, man. I'll be ready time Civil War comes out. I'm gonna have them.
You're starting a fucking shadow box.
Have them all. I'm having all.
Ready, man.
Thor's good too, man. Like I forgot a lot about stuff about Thor. And I think I'm only like halfway through it, but
I didn't like Thor 2 quite as much as the first one.
I really like the special effects from what I remember in the second one.
The Dark Elves,
like all the elves'
sick.
weaponry and shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, like the grenade that creates like a black hole and shit. I'm like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
And the end stuff, man, with Thor and Loki.
Oh man, yeah, really
good shit. So yeah, I just wanted to bring that up. I think Abomination and Leader should totally be in the Marvel Universe somewhere at this point.
Yep.
Even if they're just like right now anyway, like, oh yeah, they're fucking locked up in Sector 12 or whatever. They're not dead, you know?
There you
go. We didn't see the creation of Leader, but Abomination's there somewhere running around in that universe or locked up in that universe. He ain't dead. He didn't blow up or anything. He just got knocked the fuck out.
He ain't dead yet.
Which I thought that was cool. Man, that's a good movie. All right, we'll stop talking about it. What about now, Young Justice?
Oh God. You want to wait until you finish?
Yeah, let's finish.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I've already inadvertently spoiled
second season gets crazy. We'll wait until you get into there, and then we'll talk about that.
I keep trying to remember what's in the first season and what's in the second season.
Yeah.
And I've
because even just
slipped
talking
up a couple of times and said like, "Hey, remember this?"
Yeah, I'm like, nope.
No, I haven't got to that point. So, oh, son of a bitch.
Even just anything that happens in the first episode of the second season would spoil the shit out of everything in the first season.
Well, as of right now, I'm supposed to be off tomorrow, so
wrap it up.
put some time in when I get home later today and tomorrow.
It's not hard. I mean,
no.
you just sit down. And
I started watching it.
It'll be over before you know it.
I started watching it yesterday. I'm already in episode like 18 or whatever.
That's so good, man. So what else do we have on? We'll put a pin in Young Justice.
I want to talk about Redheaded right now.